Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This video does not relate to any idol's personal life and all the incidents mentioned are truly fictional. All sat to have breakfast on the dining table. Taehyung sat on the head chair while you sat beside him, and in front of you sat your three children. You served food to all of them, who were eyeing the food with water dripping from their mouth. Okay, let's start. And what else? They pounced on the food like you made them stay hungry for a whole week. You looked at Taehyung and scoffed. Can anyone say you are their father? Are you that hungry that you act like them? You are eating like I don't give you food. Taehyung grinned, showing his teeth by saying, Babe, thanks for the compliment. You are so sweet. Your mouth widened in shock that all of them are not giving attention to what you are saying in front of that food. You shook your head in disbelief and started eating too. When the speed of eating slowed down after a while, then they looked up from their plates. Oh, Ma, please give me one piece of those sweets. Only one, not more. He tried to lure you with his cuteness, but you are a stern and stiff mother. Not at all. Forget it. You're not getting any sweets. Last time you remember what happened? You coughed whole night. He pouted, looking down, making you feel bad for your little poor kid who can't have whatever he wants. It's okay, Cookie. Today I will also not eat any sweet. And here, take this. You like it, right? He sat placing the omelette from his plate into Cookie's plate. Rosie watched his actions and felt relieved that now Jimin is no longer taking out his anger on Cookie. She had an eye contact with Jimin, but she immediately looked away from him. Jimin thought to give one to Rosie too, cause he won't be partial between his two younger siblings. He smiled and picked up the omelette to place it in Rosie's plate, but she blocked it with her hand while speaking coldly. I don't want. She spoke shortly and Jimin's smile dropped, which was noticed by both Taehyung and Ryan. What happened? Did you both fight? They both didn't reply, but Cookie looked up with his mouth full of food. He looked at his Nuna and Hyung and remembered what happened yesterday. He knew that his Nuna is sensitive just like him when Hyung talked to them in loud voice. He chewed his food and then spoke. Nuna, don't be angry with Hyung. He said sorry to me. Now Hyung will say sorry to you too. Jiminy Hyung, say sorry to Nuna. Rosie, Upa is sorry. Upa won't talk badly again. Mayane. And that's it. Slowly her tears came down like rain and then she burst out crying while hiding her face in her side arm. All of them became shocked but Jimin panicked because he's now at stake. See, you made my princess cry. Rosie, come here. Come to Appa. I'll punish this Jiminy Papa. She came and stood in front of Taehyung while hiccuping with tears. They softly pulled her on his lap and wiped her tears. Aiku, my princess, why are you crying like that? Oppa, he said, stop lecturing me. He shouted on me. He made me cry. Oppa is bad. Jimin gulped as now he won't be spared. Appa, that, I was... I won't eat you. Why are you stuttering so much? And you both should solve your problems by talking to each other. What is this, princess? Ignoring is not the solution. If you keep this attitude, I think you people won't even see each other's face after we are gone. What do you mean by gone? You're not going anywhere. You both will always stay with us. But that's not. Oh, he stopped us. Jimin, Rosie, go and talk things out. We will eat food only after reconciling. Otherwise, no food for you all. They came on the balcony and stood there in silence holding the railing. Jimin looked at her with side eyes and could see she was pouting. Jimin slowly came near her and placed his arms around her shoulder. He knew what to do to kick her anger away just by three mere words. Hello, my bird buddy. Rosie could not control herself and busted out laughing. Watching her, Jimin laughed too. That sounds so funny to them. People can be gym buddies, work buddies, childhood buddies, but they are both buddies. And Jimin said this as if he's talking to his dude best friend. So Rosie could not control her laugh. They laughed for a good 10 minutes like an idiot and then eventually stopped laughing. Now Rosie had a small smile on her face and she was no more sulking. Jimin squeezed her inside her and kissed her head. My cute baby sister, Oppa is sorry. Okay, I'll forgive you on one condition. Buy me berries. You won't mend yourself, right? From childhood, you ask of berries as bride for giving forgiveness. You're a clever kid. Kid? Who? I'm kid. Huh? Old grandpa, don't act like my elder brother. My so called oppa, you're just 2 minutes older than me. You know that, right? 2 minutes or 2 years. Elder is elder. Yeah, you chipmunk, you're bad. Oh, I'm bad? But baby oppa thought to give berries. She immediately showed her teeth and spoke. My dear oppa, you're the best. I love oppa. She said, hugging him more like buttering him, and Jimin smirked as he got elder brother treatment with his cunning tactics. But he hugged her back lovingly, as siblings showing love to each other is very rare, and he wanted to enjoy that rare love by doing remorse for his yesterday's deeds. And here, you, Taehyung, and Cookie were watching them reconciling. You were proud of your upbringing, you were proud of your babies. You looked at Cookie, who was looking at them, maybe wanting to be hugged as well. So you side hugged him, and watching you, Taehyung hugged you both. Let's go to them. You three entered the balcony, and the twinnies looked at you with smile. So everything is well and good now? They both nodded in synchronized motion like twin babies. You both are hugging alone. We want a hug too. They both grinned and you all sticked around to Taehyung, which surprised him because he thought you all will hug each other, but instead of that, you all hugged him. So he also embraced you all with open arms, and here you shared a happy family hug. It was already evening. You all were sitting in the living room. Taehyung was working on some file. You were completing your architectural design for a museum organization. Jimin and Rosie were working on a project together, and Cookie was sitting beside them doing his assignment. Basically, all of you were hella busy. After a while, Taehyung emailed the checked file to his secretary, who will further email it to the collaborator company. Taehyung stretched his body a little and then came to help you. Your designs were almost complete, so they started to make a PDF file of them, and when you gave him the last sheet, he added it to the PDF and emailed it to the organization in just a mere minutes because this was his daily work. You became happy and secretly packed his lips, so finally his mission was completed. He wanted a kiss from you and he knew you won't kiss him in the middle of your work, so he helped you to finish it faster. Haha, what a strategic businessman. Now he laid down his head on your lap and relaxed his body. You both looked over to your kids who were busy doing their work. When will you guys complete? It's almost done, Mama. And what about Cookie? I have a lot of work. It won't complete, he said, scratching his head. Really? Show me. He came and sat beside you, giving his sheet in your hands. You looked over and explained him how to do it in a different way so it can be completed very soon. Woohoo! Oma is the best. Now it will be over in a snap. Thank you, Mom. He pecked his cheeks and went back to his work. After a while, you all were free and were relaxing yourself. That's when Taehyung got a call from his secretary and he sat upon the couch from your lap. Yes. No, that's not possible. Reject the proposal. Yes. Do that one. Email it to them. He was cut in the middle as the main door guard of the mansion came inside. Secretary Lim, wait a second. Yes, Mark, what happened? Sir, there's a man standing outside. His name is Mr. Jong. He's unknown, so I thought to ask your permission first. You did right. Who is Mr. Jong? Mark handed Taehyung a tablet in which showed the outside view of the house through the camera on the main door. They looked at the man and then he recognized him. He was his client, but what was he doing here? Now anger was evident on Taehyung's face. He again connected phone to his ear and spoke to his secretary. Moonlight shouted, Secretary Lim, what is Mr. Jong doing outside my house? Why you gave my address to him? You know, no one from workplace is allowed to my house. You didn't give. Then how did he got my address? Okay, let me see why he's here. They cut the call and told Mark to bring him inside. What happened, they? Nothing, hun. I think we have some unexpected guest. You heard his talk on call and you understood that he's not so happy with the client coming over to your house. He believes that work-related people should remain till his office only. This man was an important client, so no matter what, they had to treat him nicely. Otherwise, ordinary people don't even dare to enter the mansion of Mafia CEO and Mafia King's brother-in-law. Mark entered with Mr. Jong, then he bowed and left the scene. One thought Mr. Jong might be some old man, but he was looking the same age as they. Hello, Mr. Jong. Nice to meet you. Can I know the reason of this visit to my house? Is there something important? They asked politely, but there was definitely disappointment somewhere in his voice. No, Mr. Kim, there was nothing like that. I thought we're signing off agreement, so we should know each other closely. And now I'm here. Did I do something wrong? Oh, no. You're welcome to my house, sir. Here, meet my wife, Wine. Wine was about to go, but Jong held her hand with a sly smile. Wine fake smiled and shook hands with him, but this action of his Taehyung didn't like a bit. Taehyung's beans stiffened as he looked directly in Mr. Jong's eyes, making him retreat his hand back. It became awkward, but Mr. Jong changed his expression and the mood lightened a bit. Oh, who are they, Mr. Kim? They are my kids. Jibin Rose and Jungkook bowed to him, but his eyes were only on Rosie. This time before the youngkin caught him, he retreated his eyes back. Wow, your family looks so good, Mr. Kim. I've been away from my kids and wife from 6 months long because of work. Now I'm missing them. The young and Wine thought that he's a good man. You both misunderstood him just now. That wasn't his intention. You smiled and said warmly, It's okay, Mr. Jong. Feel at home. Yes, Mrs. Kim, you feel like home. Huh? You all feel like home because you welcomed me so warmly. And he managed to change his sentence so smoothly without getting caught. This way, Mr. Jong, let's sit and talk. They all settled on the couch. You and they sat on the main couch, while Jong sat on the separate one on side, and your 3 kids sat opposite to him. You stood up and offered him some snacks, then offered him the coffee which the maid brought. While taking it, he brushed his hand with yours which was noticed by only Jimin. Taehyung was not able to see because you were standing in front of him. Otherwise, if he saw what that man did, he would have made his grave right here in the living room itself. You also didn't see anything today because you pitied Mr. Jong as he was missing his family, and you can totally relate to this situation because you have been also missing your family from 16 years. Jimin saw but didn't said anything because he thought if that man did that intentionally, you might have slapped him right here at this moment. So he kept quiet. It's been a while, they're talking. Tae, Jimin, and Wahan are noticing when Taeyong is speaking something, Mr. Jong is looking at Wahan, and when he himself is answering, then his eyes are on Rosie. He isn't interested in whatever Taeyong is asking, and he's replying whatever coming in his mind. This is making Tae lose his temper gradually. You are an adult, so you are understanding what is happening, but Rosie is feeling very uncomfortable as she can't understand his gaze. She slightly shifted and held Jimin's arms. He looked at her and she gave him a small smile, but he can see discomfort on his sister's face. The surrounding turned dark and awkward. They asked Mr. Jong about some business stuff. Mr. Jong, how many garages are working under your company? Maybe 8, 9. He replied nonchalantly, and now they was fuming in anger, watching him looking at his daughter like that. Okay, Jim, Rosie, you can go to your room. Why sitting among adults? Go play with the new version of MacBot. You guys bought, right? Go. Appa, when your work is finished, we'll play together. Sure, baby, go. Go now. He sent the kids away because he didn't want to make any scene in front of them which can startle or scare them. And now Mr. Jong understood that he has become sus in Kim Taeyong's eyes. The kids went in their room and they looked at Mr. Jong with his sharp tiger-like eyes which made him gulp. But before Taeyong can say anything, Jimin came back in the living room. What happened, son? Jimin's expression was like he was pissed badly. He didn't say anything to you, but spoke angrily just like Taeyong do, exactly depicting his personality. Hey, you mister, keep your eyes on floor. Nobody dares to eye the women of this house. Appa, I'll pluck his eyes out. How dare ye eye Mom and Rosie? Yeah, boy. What are you speaking, huh? Just shut up. I'm quiet because of Mr. Kim, otherwise I would have taught you a good lesson. This confirmed that even his son can see what that man was trying to do, but Jimin said something which reached Taeyong's head with fire. He touched Uma when she offered him coffee. That's it. Taeyong stood up and grabbed Jeong's throat, who was looking terrified, but his tongue was still speaking sharply like scissors, which will cost him his life. Kim, you're not doing good by incurring enmity with me. You don't know what can happen if you lay a single finger on me. But here, you're holding my neck. Wow, I'm amazed. Shut up. I've seen many like you who claim to do anything on the strength of others, but themselves are a coward. Now you'll gonna mix with this air and nobody can even reach your dad's house. Mark, Hunter, Daniel. His men came inside with just one call and he ordered them to take Jong in his VIP mansion. Death bunker. Jong tried to run away in fear, but Mark slapped a tape on his mouth and Daniel dragged him like a sack. If Jong tried to throw his hands and legs, then Hunter hit him with a pipe. Jimin saw this happening for the first time, which definitely scared him, so he came near you and stood behind you holding hands intertwined. Taeyong made a call to someone. Hello, Taeyong. Got a bait after so many years. Let's hunt on him. You, Taeyong, your kids, and Hee-sung, Jae-hoop's son, entered the party. It was a party of a big businessman. Their country's large business sharks were invited. Taehyung was among them too. All eyes bent on Taehyung and Wine, who walked in the party. They were looking so elegant and powerful. Behind them walked the four kids. Taehyung greeted some of his business partners, and then they came across Wine's client, Mrs. Lee Sejong, for whom Wine is making the new building architectural design. After working with Sejong, Wine and she have become close friends. You and C smiled at each other and lightly hugged. Hello, C. Hey, babe, what's up? Oh, you came with your family. Meet my husband, Kim Taehyung. C shook hands with Taehyung and spoke excitedly. Oh my god, finally I'm meeting you. Brother-in-law, myself, Sejong. I've heard so much about your charm from your wife, and guess what? Whatever she said was true. Taehyung blushed with the word brother-in-law and shook hands with her. Hello, Mrs. Lee. Nice to meet you too, and thanks for telling me how much my wife is wiped for me. You hit his arms while Taehyung and Sejong laughed together. And who are they? Say, they are my kids, Jimin, Rosie, Heesung, and Jungkook. Oh, but didn't you said you have 3 kids? She asked in confusion, but there Heesung felt lonely and awkward with that question, as his parents were not there and most of the people acknowledge kids' presence by their parents, otherwise they're ignored, and this is very common in society. But you spoke cutting through Heesung's thought. It's true, I have 3 kids, but Heesung is also a kid. He's the part of our family. Okay, I understood. You have so cute kids, Wine. She came forward and pinched Cookie's cheeks. After a while, they all were enjoying the party when you asked, Heesung, we're enjoying, right? Of course, Auntie. You sure you're not feeling lonely, right? No, my dear Auntie, don't worry about me. He gave you a side hug and you kissed his hand, but you all turned around listening a familiar voice which is very close to your heart. Oppa! You smiled happily seeing your brother Jin along with his wife Ji Seo and daughter Jin Young. What's up, people? You came forward and hugged him with tears at the edge of your eyes, because looking at his face is reminding you of your dad. This never happened before, but you don't know why it's happening today. You wiped your tears before anyone could notice and then broke the hug. Then you hugged Jisoo and Jinyoung. Oh, my pretty baby is also there. Minnie, I missed you so much. Did you miss me? Of course I missed you, bub. But in these 2 months you didn't even call me. Mama didn't allow me. She said I will disturb you. She pouted and you faced her mother. Yeah, Annie, don't stop my niece from talking to me. Ji shook her head while laughing as she knew you and Jin Young are really close. Meanwhile, Taehyung hugged Jin. We're fine, Young. How about you? Well, you see, I'm standing in front of you. Check me. Taehyung laughed and then they looked at the kids. Hello, uncle. Hello, aunt. Hello, Jim. How are you all? We're good. We missed you people so much. Oh, really? And how's the little one? She said, squeezing Cookie's cheeks, and he replied with bunny smile. I'm good, auntie. He went near Jin Young and then they both started to bicker. Now Jisoo and Jin noticed one more boy, so Jin asked, who is he, Wine? Don't you people remember him? He's Heesung. Oh, you mean that small Heesung? You nodded and she cupped his face. He's all grown up now. Last time I saw, he was just 6. Heesung stood there completely confused. Son, they are my brother and sister-in-law. He bowed to them respectfully and Taehyung spoke. Why don't you all kids go sit there on the couch and enjoy yourselves? Go, go. Heesung, stay with Jim and Rosie. Don't go anywhere without informing me, okay? All the kids went in the sitting section. Now was the time Taehyung started talking about his mafia stuff. Thank you, Young, for coming all the way from Busan. I had to hurry because you called last night only. But what was the matter? Meanwhile, the kids were sitting in a circle and were thinking what to do, but Hee-sung's eyes are stuck on Jin-young. He's looking at her continuously without blinking, like he was smitten by her innocence. Jin-young looked at front and became aware of his gaze. She has not even entered her teenage and is still a 11-year-old kid. She was not able to understand the meaning of that gaze, but it surely didn't make her uncomfortable. She was not aware, but her cheeks were burning. He soon flinched and diverted his gaze as Jimin shouted, "Okay, so it's decided we'll play dumb charades." Here you were talking with your sister-in-law. Is everything fine, Annie? I know you're talking about mom, dad. Can't you ask me directly? And yeah, of course. When they both are fine, but no one can fulfill your absence. Mom misses you like hell. Sometimes she cry too, but dad, he doesn't talk to anyone except Jinyoung. You heard her and tears left your eyes cause nowadays you feel like being near to your parents. You don't know why, maybe because one of your closest friend lost her parents in an accident. Don't worry, man, soon you will reconcile with your parents. What do you guys think about Heesung and Jinyoung? That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching the video till the end. The further part will be uploaded soon. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel and leave a comment below this video to let me know if you like it or not, because that really appreciates me. And thanks for watching.